George Westinghouse was born on October 6, 1846, in Central Bridge, New York. He was an inventor and a businessman. During the American Civil War, he served in the Union Army for a year and the Navy for 2 years. After his stint in the military, he attended Union College for 3 months. He then dropped out in 1865 after filing a patent for his rotary steam engine. In 1867, he invented a device to help derailed freight cars get back on the track easier and faster. In the same year, he married Margaret Erskine, and later that year, they had their only child, George Westinghouse III. They moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania the next year. Westinghouse continued his interest in railroads. His first big success was in 1868. He invented the air brake, which uses compressed air to slow down trains. This allowed trains to move at a higher speed and stop quicker. In 1869, he founded Westinghouse Air Brake Company and became a millionaire within a few years. Air brakes on American trains became mandatory in the Railroad Safety Appliance Act of 1893, and they eventually spread into Europe. Due to the increased speeds of trains, better signals and interlocking switches were needed. Westinghouse created the Union Switch and Signal Company in Pittsburgh during 1881 to deal with these needs. His next venture was finding ways to control and distribute natural gas. This was brought on by a well drilled in Westinghouse's yard. His goal was to provide natural gas to Pittsburgh through pipelines, and he was able to accomplish this by buying the Philadelphia Company in 1885. Westinghouse had become interested in electricity in the 1800s during some of his other projects. He got really involved in electricity when he noticed the problems with Thomas Edison's direct current. Westinghouse then started working with alternating current, and so the war between him and Edison began. In 1988, Westinghouse was smart enough to get the rights to Nikola Tesla's patent for the polyphase system, and he persuaded Tesla to join his company and continue his work on the AC motor. In 1893, Westinghouse and Edison competed against each other to win a contract to provide light for the Columbian Exposition at Chicago. In the same year, his company, Westinghouse Electric Manufacturing Company, received a huge contract to build 3 hydroelectric power plants at Niagara Falls in New York. 2 years later, when these plants opened, they provided electricity for a 20-mile radius, much farther than a DC transmission would. When the 1900s came around, Westinghouse's companies were valued at $120 million. He had 5 companies in Europe, 9 in the US, and 1 in Canada. He lost control of his companies in 1907 due to financial panic. One last major thing he did was invent the compressed air spring. So when you are riding smoothly in your vehicle, you can thank George Westinghouse for that. He received his first patent at the astonishing age of 19, and his last patent 4 years after his death. He died in 1914 with over 100 patents to his name. Some of the honors he received are the John Fritz Medal. He is one of 2 honorary members of the American Society for the Advancement of Science. He was made a member of France's Legion of Honor. King Humbert of Italy decorated him with the Order of the Crown. King Leopold XI of Belgium decorated him with the Order of Leopold. And in Germany, he was the first American to receive the Grashof Medal, which is the highest honor there for an engineer.